Hey guys, I'm Rob.
I'm Josh. Welcome to this week on the update, June 14th.
Yeah. So there wasn't any big releases this week. E3 is coming out though, but we got a lot of announcements for new releases.
Yeah.
So okay.
As usual.
I'm sure a lot of people were taken by surprise. They started doing the press conferences this weekend. Like news outlets didn't even know.
Yes, it was strange. I didn't like it.
I did like...
If I would have known, I wouldn't have missed all of E3 like I do every single year because I work. Every single year I miss it because...
Yeah, the thing I liked about it was all on YouTube. YouTube and Twitch were both doing their respective companies at E3.
Yeah.
And they played the entire press conferences live. So I got to actually watch the press conferences live, which was really exciting. As well as it was exciting because there's different shows going on. So Twitch was kind of making fun of it. And they had a bunch of news channels that were parodies of news channels, whereas YouTube actually was trying to do a professionally done type newscast of E3, which I gravitated more towards the YouTube side of this one.
That's funny. I can't... Whenever I think YouTube, I just think little meme videos from little kids.
Right? That's what I was thinking. And YouTube was
Tobuscus
being
videos.
professional.
Tobuscus. Let's not talk about this.
Yeah. But anyways, so...
What? So, all right. We'll jump into our first topic here.
So, the first topic is Steam Direct is now live. Developers can pay the $100 fee to submit games. This is a little bit different. This is basically replacing Stream Greenlight.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, Mike's creak.
Only yours. Mine doesn't creak.
Mine's creaking. Mine must be newer.
I lubed mine up right before this.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so Steam Direct is replacing Steam Greenlight, where you would have to submit a game and get it voted into acceptance, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's how it used to work. And I don't know if there's a $100 fee, but I guess there's a $100 fee now to submit games. I think they're removing the vote in. So you pay $100, a recoupable $100 fee. So
you can get it back if it
I guess.
goes through. If it doesn't, they're just like, this is now mine.
This is mine. The thing I like about this is before, I guess you had to submit it, and then you'd have to go through and get the community to vote it in, and then it would be turned from early access to an actual game. Now you just pay a fee, and it gets passed through the approval process.
So okay, what about those games? What about those games like Astroneer? Right? Is that already
Yeah, that already got through Greenlight.
And now that's still an early access game though, right?
Yeah.
So
what had happened was when they got rid of early access, every game that was in early access was grandfathered into that. They're still in early access. DayZ.
So
PUBG.
after they get voted in or whatever the new system is, they become early access.
Yeah, and they can put themselves on Steam. So the way early access works is it's not a titled game. It's not a fully produced game.
Yeah.
And Steam wanted to cut down on just you going in RPG Maker and making a horrible game and submitting it and making money off of it, so that people aren't getting refunds.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense. Is that coming from this?
I think it's coming from Bartol's.
No.
I think Bartol has the spring up.
No, these are spring loaded.
I know, but your spring. Look at your spring on. See?
Oh, my mic's not on though.
Oh.
I think it's yours.
I think it is mine.
Technical difficulties.
So anyway, this will help.
It's
definitely yours.
Oh God.
This will help.
Need some WD-40 on this one?
That's the old one, I think.
I like what they're doing because once again, it's keeping people who have no right making horrible video games, and just people buying it and then instantly getting a refund and being upset at Steam for it. So it's protecting them,
right?
And it's circumventing the fact of, all right, we're gonna do Greenlight and then the community has to vote it in. There's a couple games that I really wanted to play that just didn't, that had people that were actually developing behind it that just didn't get voted in. So this might be a way to get those games into the system anymore. Yeah. Astroneer did so well because they had already talked to Xbox and Microsoft. They were already accepted on the Xbox platform when they had gone to Steam. So they had a community going.
Yeah, they were going to become a game anyway.
Yeah, and they're actually doing pretty good. So, next topic: Phil Spencer wants to bring OG Xbox emulation and Xbox games past to
this
the
is
PC.
This is one of the things they talked about at E3 actually, and this actually seems really cool. Okay, bringing back like original Xbox titles. Like,
that would be
things that like people our age grew up like. What that was like
Halo,
early middle school.
Yeah, it'd be middle school.
No, was it?
Yeah, it was sixth grade for us.
Yeah, early middle school, maybe a little bit elementary school.
Dating ourselves, but
at that time, I was still playing like PS2 and stuff. Still though.
Yeah, I had a friend that had an Xbox.
Xbox wasn't even cool.
I had a friend that had an Xbox, and we made fun of him for it.
I actually had a friend who had an Xbox, and I'd go over to his house and we'd play games all the time. Literally,
I think the only games that he had on Xbox was Halo, a racing game that wasn't as good as Gran Turismo, and a couple other games that aren't memorable.
Oh, you're talking about that like UK project something or
whatever came before Forza.
I can't remember what that was, but I remember on the cover art it was Italian cars.
Yeah,
and I think that was over at our buddy's house down there, right?
No, this was Jason Alio's.
Oh,
not Jason Alio.
I don't know who that is.
God, what was his name? He was friends with Jason Alio.
Oh well.
He lived near him.
Oh well. I don't know.
Anyways, but they also talked about bringing Xbox Game Pass to PC. That would be. I would actually like a $10 monthly subscription.
I think that would help with the fact that they're doing like the Windows 10 game, like newer games that come out. Now they have I think it's called the Xbox Play Anywhere or something like that.
Yeah, I think this is turning into something we're going to talk about later in the stream too.
It'll help Xbox cover more ground, you know? Because like like when Xbox One and the PS4 originally came out, like PS4 beat the crap.
Oh yeah, it was so much better
out of Microsoft, and now I feel like it's flopped, and like PS4 doesn't seem as great. Microsoft really did a good job at turning like their entire market for the Xbox One around.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I like it a lot. I think that's cool.
The way I look at it with that is when the Xbox One came out alongside the PS4, PlayStation obviously won that.
Yeah,
they won no competition.
Yep.
But then when the Xbox One S came out, even before the Scorpio, and PlayStation released the Pro, the Pro doesn't do 4K gaming, doesn't have a 4K Blu-ray player, just does 4K playback for like Netflix and stuff. Whereas the Xbox One S doesn't do 4K gaming, but has a 4K Blu-ray player, a patent they licensed from Sony. Go figure. I never understood that.
Right.
And it is native in 4K basically, which is I think what really put them. And it's cheaper than the Pro by a ton.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna have all these new Xbox titles that you can play on PC. So like they're covering PC gamers too, whereas PlayStation.
Which we'll talk. We're actually going to talk more about that at the end of the show today too. Next topic: Fallout 4 in VR. I was super excited for this because I'm like, oh wait, I have Fallout 4. If I ever buy an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive, I'll get to play it in 4K.
Specifically
in VR.
for an HTC Vive.
The problem is, if you own Fallout 4 at present,
I kind of want to watch it.
At present,
I should watch this. Hurt my eyeballs.
It won't hurt your eyeballs because it just looks like the normal game. It was like I watched the press conference. I watched the press conference.
In first person.
Yeah, I watched the press conference, and they're just playing gameplay video, and I was like, okay,
DJ,
this is really weird. Like, okay, cool, like whatever. Anyways, but the thing about it was, at present,
there's no audio.
Me, I have no. Oh, it's muted. Maybe. At present,
this looks
the thing about
HDMI, so.
This looks.
This was the trailer for Fallout 4 VR, and it looks exactly like normal Fallout.
Looks exactly like.
At present, you have to buy Fallout VR.
Oh, they made it. Oh, they made it so like you don't have hands and stuff. Like
yeah, it looks really weird. I don't know what that is. That's
it's
a DLC.
Spaceship.
It's a DLC I haven't played yet. But anyways, so they made it so that you have to buy Fallout VR.
This is kind of nifty. Some of the little features that they're adding in with like the way you move stuff is kind of cool.
I agree. Like I think
there's
it'd be cool.
dogs now.
There's always been dogs. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can just download this. No, you have to like buy the VR version of Fallout 4.
I hope it's one of those games that like you have to load guns yourself, like reload them yourself, and it just you're just like get in the. But I would love that. That'd be hilarious.
It would be hilarious. But like, how do you feel about that? If you bought this game, if you own this game on the computer,
yeah,
you paid however much money. I think I paid $80 total for all the DLC and the game, because I pre-ordered it, and then you find out like, hey, this is really cool. I'd like to get this, but you have to buy it. So you own Fallout 4 and you have to buy the VR version.
Well, think about what they did with Fallout 3. If you owned Fallout, or no, yeah, it was Fallout 3, right? For the PC, they just gave you Fallout 3 like the Game of the Year edition, I think it was called, right?
Yeah,
that was
I think so.
That was like last year.
Yeah,
I think. So I mean, it's not that bad. Like they gave us a free game just.
Yeah, but they're not giving you a free game here.
Was it?
Well,
it was Skyrim. It was Skyrim, the legendary edition of Skyrim.
Yeah.
There's differences between those two, though.
Right.
Because if you own Skyrim on PC, you could already make it look better and run nicer than the one that they went back and redid.
Yeah.
So that's why they said we're not going to get any sales with people who already own Skyrim, but people who don't would be able to buy that. But with Fallout VR, the way I look at it is it's redone in a different way.
Yeah.
So
it's like the Wii edition of games.
Yeah, they put more time into it than they initially put into the first game, more money into it than they initially put in. So of course they want to recoup those losses. They don't want to just give out the free game. But I'm assuming they're going to give a discount in Steam. If you own Fallout 4, here's 50% off or 60 or 30% off.
Yeah, and like I said, at present, there's nothing available. I would like to see something like that.
Yeah, right now it's only for the HTC Vive. So is this going to be like on the Google Play Store? Or like...
What? Vive. That's not how Vive works.
I'm talking like on phone app stores, right?
No.
Isn't the HTC Vive a phone?
No.
What is it?
It's a full immersion VR headset.
Oh.
Hey, Google HTC Vive real quick.
I had no idea. HTC is a phone company, isn't it? Aren't they? Yeah.
They are a phone company.
That's what made me assume that. My phone is like...
Since we're going this route,
I don't care.
Computex this year, MSI announced...
Oh my God, $2,000 for a VR
Oh no, listen to this.
Backpack.
MSI announced 4 of these backpacks.
Like only 4?
Like 4 different options for you to choose from.
Like, super special edition.
Why do you need 4 different... Like, they're all spec differently.
So the Vive is it's specifically for phones, right? Or
it's its own headset. It's like the Oculus.
Okay. And you just plug it. I don't know anyone who has VR. Like I've never used it. I don't know how it works.
We need to get one, just so Josh can use it.
I think VR is overrated. It's like 3D to me, where it's just not worth it.
Basically, the Vive works. It's more immersive than regular VR, where you get you can look left, right, up, down in a spherical pattern.
Right, yeah, it makes sense if it's a dedicated
The
one.
Vive gives you these sensors that you put in one corner and kitty corner to the other side. These sensors that basically allow you to walk around within VR in that area.
Yeah.
What if you run into a wall?
It shows a little grid,
it'll
right before you get there. When you run into it, there's a grid. He ran into the wall. Good luck.
Wait, now how does that system work? Okay, if I walk up to the wall, how do I? And I need to go further.
The grid fades. Well, you can always go forward on the joystick.
Yeah.
But for those,
that's kind of cool.
But like, if you wanted like a small room, like small,
or you want to duck under something.
Yeah.
Or you want to, jump over something.
So
or lean to the left and lean to the right.
So you can physically do them.
I actually emulated.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
This is really funny. I actually emulated the Vive software in my Google headset, and I had to go through all these things, and it was like, look at this corner, and like you walk up to the corner, and it was like an AR experience when I calibrated it.
Yeah.
And I calibrated it to a room. And it like had like all the things in the room. It's like, all right, is there an object here? And you had to like place an object there, and so like you can set up like a virtual space that is your exact living room.
So if I don't like my real life,
you can make a fake life.
You can go to your second life.
Ooh. We do not endorse that game though. Anyways, so next topic: is Intel rattled about Windows emulation? This is something that
rattled.
Well, okay, so the x86 architecture is licensed by Intel. Like, Intel created it. So they make money off of still supporting it. And what Windows wants to do is they want to create a mobile operating system that runs Windows applications, x86 applications, on mobile, which is Qualcomm, the Snapdragon processors. So your phone would, instead of putting an i7 into a Surface Pro, they could put one of these Qualcomm mobile processors that have done very well in the market. You know, phones have been doing really good in processing power.
Wait, don't the Microsoft Surfaces already have their own? They don't have like the i series in them, right?
They can, but they have the M series, which is an Intel chip, which is still not as energy efficient and powerful as a Snapdragon.
Oh, okay.
Snapdragon is more powerful than the M series cores. So this is a more powerful processor. Windows wants to emulate Windows software on a mobile version of their operating system. Mm-hmm. So do you remember the Windows Phone came out a couple years ago with Windows 8, and it was like a huge flop. Like everyone hated it. You couldn't get apps on it. You couldn't do anything on it.
Yeah.
They wanted to change that and like make it more possible to run like Twitter app on your phone or like run any Java on your phone.
Yeah.
So this is like one of the things they're like pushing really hard. And it would make it like it's what's called ARM, Windows 10 on ARM. They announced this, and I think this is a good route. But what implications does it have competing? Emulating software. We know that people don't like emulating. We know Nintendo hates it when you emulate games. We know Sony hates it when you emulate games.
Xbox says it's hard, but they still do it.
Xbox says it's hard, but yeah, Xbox is like whatever. You're not going to do it successfully, and people still do it.
Well, the reason Nintendo doesn't like it is because they don't hate the emulation. They hate that normally when you emulate, you're not buying the game from them.
Exactly.
They don't like the ROMs being out there. There's whole websites on ROMs. I don't know how those are even still running.
Oh, they're just... It's like...
I'm sure they're still...
It's like torrents.
I'm sure you can find them anywhere.
It's like torrents. Once one torrent gets shut down, another one pops up.
Yeah.
It's piracy. Anyways, the point of the matter is, like, people don't like emulation when it takes away from their profits. That's what Windows is moving into with doing this, and I want to see how Intel reacts to it. Intel hasn't made any like announcements like saying, all right, we're not happy with that or we're totally happy with that, but it's a question to see what will happen in the coming, if Windows actually ends up doing this, and how Intel will react. So I wonder
what this is going to do for the Windows phones. Like so this is the Snapdragon's going to go to the Windows phone so it can better run Windows, or is this specifically for?
They're trying to create an operating system,
like that.
A Windows 10 operating system that runs on ARM processors.
Okay.
Which is like your Samsung Galaxy S8, mobile phone, tablets, stuff like that. To make it more beneficial. So like the Surface Pro, the biggest problem I have anyone tell me about is it doesn't have enough power. Some apps don't work sometimes, and the battery life sucks. And that's, you have 65-watt processors going into these devices. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your battery life is going to be bad. It's just like a laptop. If you have a i7 in a laptop, the battery life of that laptop running at full capacity is usually about 4 hours. So you know what I mean?
It's definitely going to drop down.
So this would improve, some of those features that everyone wants. Your phone lasts all day. What if your computer could last all day?
I don't talk to anyone though, so
I know, but
you're putting Josh to sleep.
I am putting Josh to sleep. He doesn't like tech. That's why I'm here. Next topic is Breath of the Wild. Second DLC is coming. This was announced Tuesday.
Oh my god! Metroid Prime 4. That is also in there. That's
E3 updates.
So this actually it's like they're talking about the second DLC pack, okay? And the first one's not even out yet. It's supposed to come out at the end of this month.
And they're already doing a pass for it.
Right.
So like if you pay for the pass, you get both DLCs,
but like,
right?
How strange is DLC for the Zelda or any Nintendo game, really? Like that's just so odd.
Well, I mean,
the last DLC I remember is the BMW DLC for Mario Kart 8.
Yeah,
which just added BMW cars into it.
But okay, so
a classic DLC.
But let's look at what Breath of the Wild is now.
Right, I'm glad this also goes along with the Switch, allowing Nintendo allowing outside game.
Oh yeah, game third-party developers.
Yeah, third-party developers to come on in and actually do stuff with them. So they're like, maybe DLCs are a good idea.
The farther we get into this year, the more I want to buy the Switch because of the games that are coming out for it, because of what's available for it.
Right.
But this is one of those things like I like watching this game. I would like to play this game, but I'm happy watching it. So like, if any of the streamers that I watch, I hope they get the DLC.
Yeah. So the first DLC is called the Master Trials, and it drops June 30th. It includes a map that you can track where you've been, medallion, yada yada, all that crap. I'm sure you can read it. We'll link all this stuff down below.
Horde mode? Wait, hard mode?
Horde mode.
Horde mode. A horde mode and a hard mode. Horde and hard.
They should have made it hard mode with an E on the end. Just combine those. Save text.
Save time.
And then this DLC is called the Champions Ballad, and the champions are the people who were the Beast Riders before.
I think this is an amiibo
I haven't played
thing.
I mean, we never finished our
I think this is
our playthrough.
This is like basically like adding amiibos in. They've been doing this a lot. They did it with the 3DS with I think Animal Crossing. They came out with a second Animal Crossing that was an update called the Amiibo Welcome Update.
Yeah.
And like you can just like if you have one of those near NFC things, you can tap your amiibo and install characters into your game.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of, I think that's what they're going with this. And I wouldn't buy amiibos.
It's just so no, I would never either. But it's just so interesting that they're doing DLC for Breath of the Wild. It's like that game. That game's already huge.
They're becoming a real company.
Yeah, they're becoming.
They're becoming a real developer.
Doing it. Mom, grab the camera. Nintendo's actually doing it, and it's good that they're finally maturing to a point where they are like not afraid to do things like.
Speaking of amiibo, Bartol actually has one.
I got that with my Wii U.
This is kind of cool.
It's gay as hell.
But I mean, at the same time, like, okay,
that's a review actually.
Here's the thing about this: these little things. How much does this cost to buy?
It came free in my Wii U.
Free,
I think they're like 15
like in
the disc drive.
But they're $15.
So blocky.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
And he popped out.
So $20 about.
$15, $20.
Yeah, $20.
If you go to GameStop,
about the same
like,
amount as a
$20.
Skylanders, but it's Nintendo.
Okay. But the whole point there is like, okay, I say this like this is stupid, but I would buy pop figures.
It's heavier than
The thing about it
pop
is
figures are worse because amiibos have
I have a pop figure in there too. It's Buster from Arrested Development.
Amiibo says functionality, but I would rather buy a pop figure than an amiibo, and I'm kind of like.
Ding, ding.
But the thing that I like about it is because they're all Nintendo based.
Yeah.
Most every Nintendo game utilizes some part of amiibos.
Yeah.
And what's nice is you can actually name them. So if you lose this, somebody can find it and go, okay, let me rename this amiibo. F you, Bartol.
Frig off.
But Mario Maker, if you have a Legend of Zelda amiibo, it gives you a mushroom that turns Mario into Link.
Okay.
Or, other amiibos like Metroid.
That's not the same game.
No, it's not.
That's kind of cool.
How do they do that?
It's amazing.
So you can make your own cross-platform
and also
look.
Breath of the Wild, if you have the
the
Twilight Princess amiibo, if you tap that on your gamepad or your Switch, whatever you're using, it gives you that outfit.
Oh, okay.
So
they add little things.
I guess if you have,
I still think they're kind of like I would never pay money just for like little things like that.
I mean, you want to hear
little cool collectible things.
Some
people are probably really into them.
If you have
it's like buying
Zelda
skins for CS:GO, but you get a little toy with it.
Yeah. if you have the amiibo for Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you connect it with your Skyrim on Switch, you can make yourself look like Link in Skyrim.
Right.
And I was like, that's cool, but I'm going to totally go download a mod to do that right now.
If you've seen the Cyanide and Happiness video about the adventures of Lunk.
No.
Lunk?
It looks more like Lunk than Link. It's a big, beefy version of Link.
The next thing we're going to talk about is the Computex just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. We're going to talk about the X99 platform and Intel Core i9. There's things about this that I have a love-hate because I'm a gamer.
Wait, X99? Is that what you said?
X299 platform.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, my motherboard's an X99.
X299 is the chipset they're talking about now. The thing I don't... Okay, let's just start off with this. As a gamer, I don't see the benefit of buying this and buying into this as an enthusiast. There's no point. It doesn't give me any more benefit over having an
i7?
an i7 from actual Kaby Lake. Kaby Lake X, they're talking about it as like it's a new architecture. It feels really rushed. Ever since Threadripper came out, it feels like Intel was like, "Oh no, we got to get something just."
Well, yeah. Think about all the news things we've covered for AMD, and Intel's had like one or two things come out.
It just feels really rushed.
Maybe they're like, "We got to do something, guys." They're in the boardroom, bunch of monkeys.
On the adverse, though, as a content creator, these high core, extra PCI lane CPUs, are like on the stage of workstation. But it poses the question for me, like, is this any worth it more than buying a workstation computer with a Xeon?
Well, it'd be cheaper. Like if you just stick one of these in your.
But it's not though.
No. I mean, no. If you have a whole workstation computer as opposed to a gaming computer that you just take the CPU out and put one of these in, it's considerably cheaper.
But I mean, you have to have a X299 motherboard to even have one of these processors.
Well, the thing about it is, for the Xeon processors, the motherboards cost $500, $600, and a lot of those motherboards are two processor motherboards. And even if you just get one, from what I know, the newest Xeon processor, the mid-range, is $2,000, and you're looking at the highest end i9 is $2,000.
True, but I mean, like, you can get you can get an older processor set, like an older workstation.
You can buy Xeon processors for a couple $100 because they're used.
Exactly.
But for gaming and content creation, for a broad spectrum of that, and high quality of all of that, the i9 is going to perform better than a Xeon.
So this is also using the LGA 2066 socket. So there's 2066 pins on the socket. Technically, right? That's what the number is? I think that's what the number is. They have 2066 pins.
I'm just excited about 2066.
2066, yeah.
My favorite year. It's a good year.
The thing about this, this is like where it starts getting like, okay, I'm kind of annoyed, is the fact that you have your Kaby Lake X, which is the lowest end, which is, okay, cool. And then they went back to Skylake X, and they're calling this a new architecture, but I feel like it's an architecture refresh. And
They just changed the name slightly.
Yeah, the Kaby Lake X only supports dual channel memory. So like you can run four sticks of RAM, both in dual channel, like two sets of dual channel, or maybe 4 channel if you're. I don't know how that works, but also
how does I don't even know how it works. 4 channel.
You don't even overclock your i7 though, so
no, I don't need to.
You don't need to. You're happy with your life, but
what are you trying to tell us?
I need to overclock everything, all the things.
All of the things.
Bartol probably agrees. Anyways, the cheapest i7, the cheapest Skylake X card, which is $389. That's okay. So an i7. But the board is also about $400. So you're going to spend $800 for your motherboard and CPU.
This is something I definitely wait on for prices to drop. Because I mean, give this 6 months, prices are going to drop easily.
I agree. But the other thing about this is it doesn't support any on-site, like onboard or video. So you have to have a video card. So what happens if your video card isn't connecting to the PCI? How do you...
If you're spending this much money, though, and you're like cheap out, and you're like, maybe I'll skip the video card. Okay, you're doing something wrong.
But how do you debug if your video card's not working? With an other system, if my video card's not working, I can still use the integrated graphics to debug it. But if I have to have a video card, I could swap out 3 or 4 video cards just to find my motherboard doesn't have the PCI lane and the motherboard's messed up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
One less thing.
But
we're just stepping towards eventually. You're gonna buy those little things you were talking about last week, where you just plug it in and that's your whole computer.
Oh my god! Yeah,
the little modules, and
I guess
it's just one thing, like CPU, GPU, PSU. other use, stuff like that,
Other use.
Amiibos.
So the next thing, now that we're talking about the i9, 9 cool things about Assassin's Creed Origins. This guy's talking about. If you want to read the full article, it'll be linked below. But
so we're gonna skim over a couple of these. So one of the first ones it talks about is you can put your hood up and down at will, which is that. Woohoo, yay! People care about the weirdest things.
I care about that. Okay, like
what else?
Let's think about why you play video games. You play video games to immerse yourself into.
Yeah.
And I can put my hood up in real life. I should be able to do it in a video game.
That's like a step towards those games where you jump in and there's like a billion things you can customize about your character. And I'm just like,
holy crap!
Standard.
What is this?
Don't care.
Is this a?
Let's just read.
Is that a skill tree?
So there's a skill. It says skill graph, but yeah, skill tree. Which is something that they had. Something that they had in the newest one. I'm blanking on the name of it. The one in England, right?
I don't remember.
Or the Revolution. What was that called?
I just remember they
flopped.
Assassin's Creed. The Creed of Assassins.
The Creed of Assassins. I can literally picture the box art. I can't picture the name of it. Oh, Syndicate. Okay.
Syndicate? Okay.
Syndicate had a skill tree, which is a little weird. But there was a really cool one. You can, anytime you're standing still, because this is based in like ancient Egypt, all right, and they liked a lot of stuff about like time and sun and gods and stuff like that. You can fast forward time.
Ooh.
Whenever you want, which is
Prince of Persia.
Pretty nifty.
I mean, you can do that in Fallout, so that makes sense.
Right, but I don't know if it's going to be like a Fallout one where you just sit and you wait for so many times, or if it's going to be like a Mortal Kombat. What was that game? Mortal Kombat.
Assassin's Creed, Ocarina of Time.
Assassin's Creed
Ocarina of Time.
No, there's a Mortal Kombat game, Armageddon, I think. Where you would just meditate and time would go really, really quick, because there were certain things you could find in the game at certain areas at certain times on certain days. Like it had its own clock.
So it sounds like
if
they're
they
adding
add
this in,
stuff like that,
cool.
that'd be very cool. It'd be very, very cool.
You have to find this at this time of day.
Yeah.
I would like that, because that adds something to the game. I would like to see a combat refresh, because I was really happy with Assassin's Creed 4 combat.
Yeah.
I keep playing Brotherhood because you can just sit there and spam and kill.
That aspect of Brotherhood where you could just like
dagger
counter what they're doing and kill everyone, like it went into like a little cinematic thing. Cinematic like little kill.
But the whole point was spree. Like you could spam it.
It was okay.
Just a little kill.
Yeah, I didn't like how it was like just super repetitive. I really liked the combat system in Revelations because it faded like that happened every once in a while. Assassin's Creed.
They broke it in Assassin's Creed 3.
3, they changed the whole system around. They made you look more mobile. Like they wanted you to seem like one of them barbaric engines,
4 was more about timing
like
and
an assassin,
4 was more about skill and timing. So like if you had like a multiplayer where like two of you were like countering each other, you could like.
Well, in multiplayer, you don't fight like that. Multiplayer, you just run up and you just murder them.
I know.
You murder their face.
It would be cool like if you could fight them. But I mean, I would like to see a combat refresh with Assassin's Creed, like changing the combat in some way. I'm also excited, seeing as I watched the show Forged in Fire, which is about making swords. I'm excited to see which weapons they add, because once I started watching that show, I went back and played the Assassin's Creed game and started like really looking at the weapons and looking at the history behind them. So because it's set in Egypt, what weapons are they going to find?
What are they going to miss out on? Or what are they going to add in that's seems like an improvement from the past games, but is way in the, it seems like it fits the time period,
I'm excited. I'm excited for this game all around. So
yeah, I'm glad that Ubisoft took a year off and decided to get their shit together.
Yeah. Last topic, the biggest one probably, is the announcement of the Xbox One X, which was Project Scorpio.
Yep. They changed the name for some reason.
Xbox.
Everything has a code name.
Everything has a code name. Yeah.
Xbox One X sounds better.
There's no exclusive games coming out.
Oh my god! If you abbreviate this, look like, because the abbreviation for Xbox One was Xbone.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be the Xbonex or the Xbox E.
I know.
XBOX.
Yep, I know. I love it.
That's stupid.
I love it.
Anyways,
that's stupid.
Anyways, the thing about this is they don't have a lot of exclusives because they're really pushing that the Xbox One X, the Xbox One S, and their Windows 10 PCs are a family.
What do you mean exclusive? Like exclusive games?
Yeah, there's not a lot of them.
What? They just have all the like this plays everything that you could play on Xbox One.
Yes, but
Plus all the backward compatibility from 360.
But even more because they pushed for Mojang, which they own now, to create.
I'm sorry, Mojang.
Mojang.
What is that?
Mojang.
You play Mojang on your console?
On your couch.
You play Minecraft on your console. Yeah.
On your couch.
Can we get on to the story?
That's too funny. You guys want to come over and play a big old game of Mojang? My God.
You gotta recount so you can think.
Mojang.
Mojang.
Somebody that's never heard him speak is just like, what the fuck did you just try to say to us? And then the rest of us in the group like
go to the Be Right Back
pull out
screen.
our decoder rings and we're like,
Go to the Be Right Back screen.
Oh, he meant console. Let's take a little break here so Bobby can recuperate.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh man, welcome back.
So
everybody,
Microsoft
to the update.
bought the
June
production
14th.
company. Microsoft bought the production company for Minecraft. Okay, they own Minecraft
that's
now.
Better.
They pushed for cross-platform, so you can now play Minecraft on your phone with people who own it on computer, with people who own it on
That's
the
nifty.
Xbox, with people who own it on Switch. PS4 is like saying, nah, we're not allowing this.
What if I have the Wii edition?
It's supposedly going to work too.
Right.
Supposedly. The only one that you won't be able to play on is PS4. PS4 is like, nope, we're not going to do this.
The separatists.
We're not going to be part of this.
It's nicknamed the Piss Poor.
Yeah, probably. But the whole thing, like,
I think that's the official name, actually.
if you watch the press conference on this, their whole thing is, this is a new device.
Yeah.
It's
just more powerful. Like
It's more powerful than the Xbox One S, but it is within a family, so you could put these both next to each other. You can own both of them. The thing about it is,
why would you do that though?
I don't know. The thing that people are upset about right now is it's $500.
That was the price of both the PS4 and the Xbox when they first came out.
But
I'm surprised the PS4 Pro.
If you got the PS4 with the camera, it's the same price. The Xbox One with the Kinect.
But my point,
the
the
original
point
price.
here, the thing that people are upset about is this isn't a new console. It's different. Like Xbox 360 was $400 about, and now you have the Xbox One that came out.
Right.
This isn't a new console. It's just an update to the console.
Okay, well, think about the Wii and the Wii U, okay? The Wii was like a struggle bus, right?
That was bad.
The Wii U was just like,
The
let's
Wii
make it
U
a little
is
better.
The Wii U is bad
it's not that-
marketing.
The Wii U or the
Yeah,
Wii?
the Wii U is bad marketing.
Well, it all comes down to third-party developers. And,
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't really allow them to, or they make it very difficult. The only third-party titles I really find in there anymore are Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because Call of Duty's like, hey, let's just make it look like crap and throw it on there. Hey, more money.
But here's the thing: is this has gaming at 4K. This has 4K Blu-ray.
Yeah, it has...
You know, for the people that want a game at 4K, this is a great device.
It's raining.
Like, how many pixels can your eyes really see?
Just one.
Just one pixel, but
Just one. It's an XL. There's an Apple sticker on the back.
yeah. Why is there an Apple sticker on your Google phone?
It's wonderful.
But my point is, like, okay, I like that this is out, and they're not like selling it as like they're not selling it as like, if you want to play these games, you have to buy the Xbox One X. No, they're
No.
like,
No, they're just
all right,
like,
there's some games that are optimized for Xbox One X.
if you want more power,
If you want more power,
we
buy
brought
this.
you the right thing.
And I love the way they look.
Finally.
I love that the Xbox One S is white, and they were doing the black and white. Nice.
Wow.
They always do that.
Wow.
Yes, but
You could do the same thing.
Why do you like that it's white?
Yeah.
I like that it's
okay.
exclusively one
Because
color.
it's better.
And I like
The
that.
black one runs faster.
I like-
Wow, we just got banned on Twitch. I wonder what happened.
All right, let me rephrase this.
Definitely
I like
heard
that
worse things on Twitch.
I like that the cheaper one, the cheaper option that's not as powerful is
It's
white.
black. Oh,
Why
white.
you like that it's more affordable, so more people will have it?
I like that it's more aimed at poor people.
more
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
more
Anyways,
people.
I like that they're doing a contrasting color to make the systems different.
No. You can get the Xbox One X and the S. Like you can
You
get them
can't
both
get the
black.
X in white.
You can only.
It's only in black.
Well, the Xbox One S also comes in black.
I know, but
and blue actually, if you get special editions in red.
I like that. I like the way they look together. If you have the Xbox One X and you have the Xbox One S in white, and you put them next to each other, that contrast, that modern look to them, it makes me like them a lot better. So honestly,
well, I mean, that's like, just like
this
any
is
version.
stupid.
They've always had the
True.
colors.
This is stupid, but I would probably buy both consoles.
That's stupid and very pricey.
It is very pricey, but I probably would.
Wait, you want the S and the X now? Like you'd want both?
Yeah.
You want the Xbox One E?
No. I like. Okay, the reason I want both is like, I'd throw the S onto my computer. Like it would be on my computer screen. I'd play games from it, watch Blu-ray, whatever. And then this one would sit into my living room. This would be my entertainment box. This would be my get the job done, play games box.
But you already have a PC.
I know.
And you can do Blu-ray on your PC.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah.
4K Blu-ray?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I haven't found a 4K Blu-ray drive
that
yet.
exists. I'm sure it exists.
Oh, you could probably Google it and find it right now.
I'm not going to Google it because I'll probably find it real quick.
We'll never know.
Now.
Anyways,
no, I'm not going to do it now.
I'm excited for this.
I don't care.
I think it's a good idea. Anyone that hasn't bought the S yet, what's the harm in spending a little bit more to get the...
Right, because if you're
going broke...
If you're
well, if you were going to buy the S...
If
you were going to buy the 1S...
If you were thinking about buying the S, just save a little bit more money and then trade in your Xbox One.
Because then you're future-proofing yourself. You may not own a 4K TV, but you might buy one.
We went over the specs of this. Do you guys remember? Does anyone remember how much storage space you had in it?
1 terabyte.
Because
30 gigabytes. You have a Pentium 4 processor. You have a ATI
The worst part
Rage
about the
2
Xbox
card.
One. Okay, I love the Xbox One. I got it.
Yeah.
And I love it. The only bad thing about it is that the games are so large storage-wise.
Yeah.
And you only got 500 gigs of storage.
So the S bumped up to 1 terabyte.
You can have 8 games, Xbox One games.
The S bumped up to 1 terabyte.
Okay.
And the X is coming out with 1 terabyte. They're not talking about any bigger.
Hopefully they do a 2 later.
They're not.
And you can still also do the external, which is nice. But
they already have a 2 terabyte Xbox One.
Did they?
The 1S.
Yeah.
They don't have it in the Xbox One X though.
It will.
Oh,
I'm assuming they do.
yeah.
And you can always swap out the drive.
Yeah, you can swap out the hard drive. Is that?
Yeah. No, it's just a laptop drive.
That's what I thought.
Honestly, I'm thinking about replacing this 500 gig PS4 hard drive with a 250 gig solid state. It's because it's so slow.
You want to talk about slow? Let's go to back to the days of
Danny's
PS3.
computer.
Okay.
Danny's computer. Dial up. World of Warcraft back in.
No. PS3, legit would even just the memory, it was beyond slow. You'd hit the guide
GTA
button.
5 on the PS3.
Did anyone ever buy
Skyrim? You'd be running there and
it took literally 10 minutes to load GTA 5 online.
Did anyone?
Could you imagine No Man's Sky?
Oh my God!
How long it take to load that on the PS3?
Oh no!
Did any of you guys buy off-market memory cards for your PS2?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Way off market.
Why would you?
Not even Mad Cats.
I don't know.
Way off market.
I bought Rad Bats.
Ones that are made of cardboard.
Okay,
something?
I bought one. It wasn't Rad Bats, but
I made that up because
whatever. I bought one because it was
he said
$2.
Bad Rats and switched the letters. You realize that, right?
Yeah. I bought one that was $2.
Great game.
New.
And
it took either Canny.
No,
what's up, Canny?
No, that's Con.
Doctor. Canny L Doctor 89.
Hello, KAANYLDR 89.
Okay. Anyway, you were talking about your old PS2.
Yeah, old PS2. I remember I bought a $2 memory card that was brand new from the flea market. So obviously it was from China, and it took 20 minutes to save something.
Oh my God, that was back in the days where. Oh no, am I thinking PS1 had the you just had the sticks you only had so many spots.
PS2 as well.
PS2 you had actual amount of memory, whereas PS1 you had blocks of memory.
Well, yeah, it was the same. It was the same idea.
Blocks.
But Nintendo does that.
Nintendo still does that.
Still calls it blocks.
Did that for the Wii.
All it is each block is this is going to be 211 blocks. It's 211 bytes. That's all it is. It was bytes.
Yeah, baby.
They just didn't want to, this is going to be 25 gigabytes. No, this is going to be is going to be 40 kilobytes or like 4,000 bytes.
So okay, to wrap up whatever we've talked about here, the allure of the Xbox One X is that like it will make gaming more immersive with graphics and faster speeds and
it's going to be a better system.
That's it. That's all it is. It's just going to be a better all around better system that people are going to throw money at because that's what people do.
Yeah. All right. So my name is Rob.
And I'm Josh.
This has been the update for June 14th, 2017, and I hope you guys liked it. If you guys want to check out any of this episode or any past episodes, go to our YouTube or Twitch, and we'll see you guys next week.
Check out our podcast on iTunes. You can find it searching GTCast if you've missed anything, or you want us to catch up on past episodes, and you don't like looking at their ugly mugs. I know I don't. It's awful. God. It's also on Google Play Music. Same way GTCast, the update. Just search for that. There'll be links in the description below whenever Josh gets around to it. Which is never.
I was just looking for
Watching the world rise up in flames, seeking a light to guide the way. We gotta fight to save the day, counting on us to win the fray. Fighting the darkness all around, calling the soldiers, stand your ground. We are the chosen, we right into battle, we'll break through. Let's go.